Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Real Talk About Feminism podcast.
Welcome. We're happy that you guys are here. We've got a great conversation ahead of us, and we're excited.
We're going to get deep today. We're going to get vulnerable.
We are going to get vulnerable.
We're going to get a little vulnerable.
Everyone's like, don't you always?
Don't you always? I feel like we have been recently.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
But it's good.
No, yeah, it is really good. And it's something that is really important to talk about, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
What's new? What is new?
What is new? You finished your summer semester.
Yep.
You officially have one semester left.
Yep. One semester left, and then I graduate. And I actually found out that there is a ceremony in December. Like, I was under the impression I would have to walk in May.
Yeah.
But I guess I can walk in December. So I'm almost done.
So you're going to get your pictures.
Yep.
Cap and gown. I hope the cap and gowns are like a cute color. What are the Metro colors?
Oh, I think they're blue. I think they're like like navy blue.
Okay, it's not the worst. It's not the worst.
It's not the worst. I would prefer a red. Yeah, it's not green.
You would prefer a red? No,
I would prefer a red. I don't know. I feel like I like kind of pop in red, like with my blonde hair too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. I just really want to graduate, so it doesn't really matter.
And I'm like, pictures. And robe and everything. Well, that's exciting. I'm excited for you, honestly. Like, that's a huge accomplishment.
Very, yeah. And we were talking about it with Dad today, too. He's like, so what are your plans? Like, what kind of jobs are you looking for and stuff? I was like, I haven't really thought that far.
Yeah, you're going to have to, like, actually think about that. But
yeah,
it'll be good for you.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be really good. Yeah, other than that.
Yeah. I think we're just kind of going through the
doing
motions.
life. Yeah, honestly, just working and stuff.
Yeah, I started working full time because I'm taking a semester off, so I've just been working, going to the gym.
How's that?
It's good.
Yeah, making money. You see the paychecks and you're like, yes.
Yeah, it's actually like I've never really worked full time before because I've always been in school or I've always been in school. So this is like the first time I've like. Other than when I was an EMT during the pandemic, actually, that was pretty intense work. But
yeah, you're working 12s too, so like full time, but like different structure.
Yeah, they would always end up being like 14s.
Always,
yeah. Like, yeah. So it's a lot different structure though. Yeah, I work every day now, and I kind of got like a role change a little bit. So I have like some other responsibilities now that I'm really excited about. Yeah, it's really cool. So it's been good.
Well, because didn't you say it was recently that like you hit your 1-year work anniversary, right?
Yeah. It was like June 24th actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So kind of recently.
Yeah, kind of recently. So yeah, I got a role change in just like a little bit of just a little way. But there's more responsibility and just like a different avenue. Like, I don't know, it's just really exciting. Keeps it interesting. It definitely gives me a lot to work on. So
for sure,
it's been good.
For sure. Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, my obsession for this week is clearing my emails every single day. And during quarantine, like my big quarantine projects, because I have multiple emails, like I have a spam email, I have like a regular email, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I am going to literally clean out the thousands of emails I have just built up in every single account. And it took me a few days to go through everything.
Gosh.
And so since then, I've been like going in phases where like I'll clear them out every single day because I hate having the notification on my phone too.
Yeah.
But like I legit clear it every single day and it's the best feeling.
Couldn't be me. I don't even get notifications for my emails.
Oh, I mean, I like having it. I just like I'll swipe during the day. I'll just like clear it.
Yeah.
But if it's important, I'll leave it. And so then I'll like revisit it at night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I just check my email like a few times throughout the day and then call it good. But I also have I just use like the Apple Mail app. I don't have the Gmail app. So all of my inboxes go into one feed. And so like everything from my spam email and from Real Talk and from my my actual like professional email all go into one.
Could not do
and
that.
It's just it is stressful. Like I want to go through it, but it's overwhelming.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's quarantine. Like I have all the time in the world. So like I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I should do that. I really should. I should just like take a few days and do it. Very different from my obsession. My obsession of the week is free bleeding. Because
Yes.
I've never, like, really
Yes.
free bled on, like for, like, most of my period. Like, I free
Uh-huh.
everyone I feel like everyone free bleeds, like, at the beginning and at the end when you
Yeah.
just want it to be over, so you're like, "No, I'm forcing you to be over."
Yeah.
But I was actually I free bled every night on my last period, which was, like, last
Dang.
week. So I was free bleeding every night in with a white blanket, mind you,
That's
like,
bold.
I was bold. Um, but I was free bleeding every night, and then, like, during the day, I was free bleeding, um, which honestly, like, I doing that, like, it actually I felt good,
Yeah.
but it made me think about getting, like, those dedicated period underwear that are meant for that.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna look into that for next time because it does like, you do have to wash your clothes a lot.
Yeah, you do. But honestly, it's like you're, like, limiting your waste,
Mhm.
right? Because there's so much waste that you
Yeah.
produce on your period. You just feel better overall, like, because I don't like wearing tampons anymore, but I
Mhm.
also hate wearing pads,
Yeah.
and my flow's not heavy enough for my cup anymore.
Mhm.
So, like, I totally get it.
Yeah, like, if I went out, like, we went to a concert, like, I
Oh,
used a
yeah.
tampon,
Oh,
like,
yeah, you use
going
something.
out, but, like, if I'm just, like, sitting at home working
Mhm.
and, like, my flow is very light and I don't wanna wear a pad, but I can't
Mm-mm.
put in a tampon because it's too light. So it's like, why would I waste a pad, and why do I wanna feel like
Right.
I'm sitting in a diaper?
Right, and it's like you just put stain stuff on and it comes out and it's fine.
Mhm.
Whatever. You do
Yeah,
1 extra load of laundry that week, okay.
yeah. So, yeah, that's my obsession.
I love that.
Yeah,
Cool.
so let's get into the feminist highlight.
Okay, today's feminist highlight is Kelsey Whitmore. She's a pitcher and outfielder for the Staten Island Fairy Hawks, and this is a team in the Atlantic League. The Atlantic League is associated with the MLB. So Kelsey Whitmore, she's the first woman to play in a league associated with MLB since 1994, and she's also
Mm,
the first woman to play in the Atlantic League to begin with.
wow.
Okay, because there's multiple leagues associated with MLB.
Okay,
This
I
is
didn't
one
know
of them.
that.
So in this particular league, she's the first woman to play ever in it.
Wow.
Um, she also so it's cool to, like, look up pictures and stuff because she has a lot of fans and has people, like, lining up for autographs during each
Wow.
game, which is really cool. But, I just came across that story and I thought it was really cool to share because she's just paving the way for women in baseball and sports.
Um, we love seeing a woman in a male-dominated sport.
Mhm.
Um, just like rising and shining. Rise and shine.
Bringing that back. Was that
Um,
quarantine?
yeah, that was
Like,
quarantine.
2020? Oh my gosh.
Um, but, like, honestly, we love seeing that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Cause that's hard to do. Good for her.
Yeah, yeah, and I read also, like, she, played softball in high school, and
Okay.
so I don't really know, like, why she switched to baseball, but, like, it's just interesting that, like, she's wanted to play, and so she's making it happen.
Yeah. Good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, as always. Love the feminist highlights. Um, today we are talking about body positivity, body image, just kind of just having a conversation about body positivity, but we've already done an episode before on body positivity specifically, and we shared a lot of facts and statistics and everything like that. And so we just want to have a conversation. We have some personal things to share and relate to, and we just want to have a conversation about it.
Okay. Yeah, take it away.
So, first I want to just talk about the definition of body positivity and talk about another concept of body neutrality. So, I guess what kind of inspired this video or this
This
podcast,
video.
this episode. So, I was scrolling on TikTok. I feel like a lot of our
I know, like, literally last week with the sex ed one, like, I was scrolling on TikTok.
yeah, inspired by TikTok. But I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this video and I don't know who it was. So like if you know who it is, credit to her. We need to be better at that. Um
I took down the username last week.
oh, okay. Well, I was just like scrolling and then I thought about it for like a few days and I was like that's a
Yeah.
good episode.
No, I get that.
Um so this woman it was a sound and she was saying like basically like if you are if you are not happy with your body, but you are working out, you're eating healthy, you're living like a healthy lifestyle, and you're treating your body right, but you still are not where you want to be, then accept that that is the form that your body is meant to be in and
Mm,
embrace it.
okay.
Because as we all know, like size 0, super tall, skinny, long legs, no stretch marks, no cellulite, like that, nothing, that's not real.
Mhm,
But that is the standard that we see in the media and everything. And so she was saying, like, just accept that everyone has a different body type, and maybe that is how your body is meant to be.
mhm.
So, like, learn to just embrace it and accept it. And I really liked that because I think it really speaks to the idea that everyone's body type is different. And some people, like, everyone carries weight in a different way. So let's say you're naturally extremely skinny or you're naturally a little bit heavier and you're self conscious about the way that you look for whatever reason. Maybe just accept that that is how your body is meant to be. As long as you are living right and like you feel happy, you are eating right, you're working out, you're doing all of that, maybe that's just how your body is meant to be. That is your body's natural form. And I've seen videos of women who like they'll show pictures of them being like um super skinny like in high school, and then like they talk about how they were not happy and they didn't feel like confident and they didn't feel like themselves, and then they cut to now and they are not the media's standard of beauty, or like they're not the media's standard of an acceptable weight, but they're so happy with themselves and they feel like better than ever. So I think like I just think that that TikTok and those videos just kind of inspired this topic because everyone is different and your body changes and grows, and it's important to love yourself how you are.
Yes, a lot of great points. I have a lot I wanna say.
Yeah.
I'm, like, trying to, like, okay, so I love that concept. I'm sorry, I, like now I'm losing my train of thought because I have so much I wanna say. Um, okay, I like that concept because I do agree that, like, our bodies are supposed to change. They're
Mhm.
naturally gonna change. Not everybody, but, like, for me personally, like, I do not look the same that I did
Yeah.
in high school.
Mhm.
And, like, I this was literally yesterday. I was looking at old pictures of myself in swimsuits, and I was like, I literally thought I was fat in that picture, but I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm not. And, like, I'm not fat today, like, I don't
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if somebody thinks that, but, like, I was just like, it is crazy how, like, we feel that way, and then our bodies change and stuff, and, like, life happens, and then we're like, "I look so different," and, like, if I felt that way now, like, how would I feel, like, today, you know?
Yeah.
So it is an interesting concept, but I really do believe, like, our bodies change so much because we have so much life that happens to us,
Yeah.
right? Like, especially, like, for women, like, I feel like it's common, like, the freshman 15 is, like, everyone's worst nightmare, like, when you go
Yeah.
off to school, but it's like, you have so many life changes going on in so many different aspects of your life.
Mhm.
Like, it that's, like, the last thing that should be on your mind, you
Yeah.
know? It's like, your body is, like, the least interesting thing about you,
Right,
honestly.
exactly.
And so it's just it's important to, like, realize, like, it really doesn't matter
Mhm.
at all. Like, I'm doing life, I'm working hard at school, I'm excelling in my career, I'm a good friend, a good sister, a good wife, whatever. Like, there's so many other things that are important that you should look out before that.
Right. I love that. Like, I don't have anything to add because I think you just said that so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I'm just like, accept it and, like, embrace yourself and stuff, like, it sounds really easy, it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't know, I like the message that you described in the TikTok
Mhm.
because it really is, it's like, you you can still be prioritizing your health and not look the stereotypical, like, beauty standard way that we
Mhm.
see all the time and that, like, everybody wants to be.
Yeah.
But, like, as long as, like, you feel good on the inside and you are like, "I feel good after going to the gym, and I just ate a meal that was nutritious and fueled my body and that I
Mhm.
enjoyed," that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, because even when you look at like the thing that's going in my mind right now is like runway models,
Mhm.
how they're like ridiculously tall and skinny. Like, you know how much plastic surgery they have? You know how many resources they have at their
Do you know how
disposal?
many diets they're on? Like,
Yeah, exact
yeah.
and those aren't healthy all the
Mm-mm.
time. So like they just have like everything at their disposal to make things easy,
Mhm.
honestly, and I don't feel bad about saying that
Mhm.
because They have so many
They
resources, and they're not necessarily healthy
right,
or happy even.
right, like, they can literally just curate how they wanna look,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's really an important part of this whole message. When I was just kind of thinking about this, um, I looked up, I found this article from Very Well Mind, and we'll put this in the show notes. But they kind of talked about body positivity versus body neutrality. And honestly, I think that body positivity can become toxic to a certain degree
Yeah, I completely
because
agree.
it's so much like you're being shoved in your face like love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, like love everything about you, love your stretch marks, love that you are a little bit more weight than you were a year ago, love your acne, love your hair color, like everything. And it's like, "But I don't like this certain thing about myself.
Right.
And now I feel bad that I don't like that because I need to be positive about everything about my body." And that's not true. And so I think I love that this article talked about body positivity versus body neutrality because they define body positivity as having a positive view of your physical body regardless of its shape, size, or other appearance related attributes. It involves loving your body for what it is, even if it isn't perfect according to society's standards. And then body neutrality is different from body positivity in that it doesn't involve always loving your body, but is more about being accepting of it. Also, instead of concentrating on your physical appearance, with body neutrality, the focus is more on the body's abilities and non physical characteristics. So, kind of like you were saying, like our bodies are not the most important thing about us.
Mhm.
And an example of um, body neutrality is my body is great in that it enables me to engage in activities I enjoy, or my body is amazing in that it gave me two wonderful children. Like,
I love that.
mhm,
I really like that concept. This isn't the first time I've heard it. There's a few, like, body self-image content creators, I guess, that I follow
mhm,
that actually, like, really talk about this a lot because you're not always gonna love your body. Like, I
yeah,
feel like it's just kinda like with the human experience, like, it's gonna come and go in waves. Like,
yeah,
one day you're like, "I look freaking hot," like, "I look so good," and then the
yeah,
next day you're like, "Dude, I, like, feel like crap," and, like, you
yeah,
can't explain why, like, you just do.
yeah,
And so I do think it's toxic at some points and unrealistic to believe like you're going to love like fully unconditionally love your body and yourself every single day.
yeah,
So I really like that concept because it's kind of just like you accept it
mhm,
and you don't maybe some days you don't love it, you don't hate it, maybe some days you love your body, some days you hate it, but I think it's an important concept to kind of like promote that balance
yeah,
where it's not like constantly shoved in your face like you have to love yourself,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. And like to a certain degree, like, um, reciting like body positive mantras in the mirror, like to foster that self love and self confidence. But there might be a certain point where you're telling yourself in the mirror every day, "I love my body, I love my body," but it's like, "I actually don't like this about my
Mhm.
body." Like, I don't like these stretch marks, like, in between my legs. Like, I have stretch marks there, and I don't like them. And instead of me just, like, always being like, "I love them because that means I grew," like, whatever, like, I'm just obsessed with them. I don't feel that way. And it's
Mhm.
okay for me to be like, "I don't love them," but it also means that, like, I've grown and developed, and I've learned things in life because I've
Right.
grown physically and
Right.
mentally, like so I think it's a really good concept.
Yeah, it is very neutral. Like, the statements you just said too were very neutral, and I
Mhm.
feel the same way. It's like with okay, like with my stretch marks, like I look in the mirror, I'm like, I don't love them at all, but like I can't change it.
Mhm.
And it's not gonna help me if I just sit there and criticize it, because like, I
Mhm.
literally can't change it, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like, you just accept it and you're like, "It's part of me, it's on my body,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter what people think, and it isn't affecting how good I'm gonna do at school or work," or, the kinda thing where I said,
Yeah.
like, "I'm, like, a really great friend, and I'm, like, hanging out with friends tonight, and I'm excited." Like, it's not
Yeah.
gonna have anything to do with that.
Yeah, that also kind of just made me think of like a little tangent topic, but it makes me think about like validating other people in their thoughts and feelings, like not like necessarily being so vocal about the validation, but like um for example, like if you're having a conversation and you're like opening up to someone and you're like, I hate my stretch marks on my legs.
Mhm.
And they're like, well, have you seen mine? Mine are way
Mhm.
worse, so you have nothing to complain about." And then it's like, okay, like now I feel bad for like acknowledging that. Like I feel like I shouldn't complain and everything. So I feel like another part of like the whole body positivity movement is just like acknowledging everyone's individual journey and experience and not putting people down for feeling a certain way because like someone might say something and I might be like, okay, well, like you're not one to talk because look at me. Or like for example, like I have this big scar across my stomach, which I like now, but a few years ago and I hated it. Like I could always be like, well, I have this, so why are they complaining? But that's not what it's about. It's like acknowledge everyone's experiences and validate them. You don't have to be like, "Oh yeah, those are ugly. I don't like your stretch marks either." But just be like, "Oh, I'm I'm saying like I don't want people to think
Right,
I'm being
no.
extreme,
Yeah,
but like just acknowledge like I'm sorry that that's hard for you. I think that you're beautiful, but I'm sorry that that's a struggle." You know, like, cause recently,
right.
like, I've had, like I was talking to mom about something and she said that to me, and I was like, "You know what? Like, I appreciate her acknowledging that that is hard." And you've said that to me too before, like, um, when maybe people are thinking, like, "Really? That's not something to complain about." But instead, people were just like, "I'm really sorry. That sucks." Like, I hate not feeling confident too.
Right, right, but, like, I like what you're saying about validating because, like, it might not seem like a big deal to you, but, like,
Mhm.
to that person, it is, like, or else they wouldn't have brought it up,
Yeah.
you know? It's like, it doesn't matter, like, what you look like or how happy you seem or whatever, like, everybody has physical insecurities, and it
Mhm.
can be, like, the dumbest thing to you, and you're just like, "What the heck?" Like, "You're, like, my ideal body type," quote, unquote, you
Yeah,
know? But, like,
exactly.
you just never know.
Mhm.
So I do like the idea of, like, validating people in, like, a
Mhm.
healthy way,
Yeah.
and just, like, opening that dialogue to say, like, "It's okay that, like, you say that.
Mhm.
It's totally okay. It's normal."
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think that's important. Kind of pivoting a little bit. Um, there was actually like a really personal reason that I wanted to talk about this. So I know I'm gonna dive into it a little bit. Um, so I like recently within the past like honestly like 6 months, this has been a huge struggle for me. Um in my life before, like I actually feel like I've been really lucky and I've never really struggled with my body image. Um, because all throughout high school, I was a cross country runner. So I was literally running like 8 miles a day, like putting
Mhm.
on crazy miles. And also in high school, your metabolism is fast.
Right.
Um,
Can I just add, like, that kinda is, like, what goes along with, like, our bodies normally changing, you know, like,
exactly.
especially, like, as women, like, when we become women and, like, are adults, like, so much changes,
Yeah.
which affects, you know, a
Yeah,
lot
like
of other things.
hormones, like everything. And
Everything.
I think you were telling me this, but like they people talk about like how you go through like a second puberty almost.
Yeah.
And so then your body like changes again.
Mhm.
And like when you think about it, like as women, right now, like I'm in childbearing age, so are you. So like
Mhm.
our bodies are like preparing for that naturally.
Mhm.
Like there's just so many changes. And I just never struggled with body image issues in my life. And then I in the Healing Girl Summer episode we talked about like how I started this journey trying with my diagnosis and like my vestibular migraines and everything. And so part of that was I talked about getting on a different like a medication and trying that out. And this medication, it caused me to gain like 20 pounds in like a month. Like it was very rapid. Like it was like 4 to 6 weeks or something like that. It was
Mhm.
very rapid. And so for me, like I'd pretty much been the same weight my whole life. And then all of a sudden I gained like a good amount of weight for my body type. And it was really hard for me. And I like it was really hard for me to like look in the mirror. And even like saying this now, like I feel stupid because I'm like, to other people, it's probably like, why are you complaining?
Mhm.
And I know like that I'm like I am confident in myself, but like it was just hard. So it was hard for me because I felt like I couldn't really have these body image issues because I was still like clothing wise and like size wise, I was still small. But I was struggling a lot and it was like an issue for me every day. Even like sitting down to record, like okay, naturally everyone when they sit down has rolls. Like it's
Yeah.
just natural. But like it was like I was already in this state of having such a hard time with my confidence. So
Mhm.
when we would record, like I literally was like, I cannot look at the camera
Mhm.
because I'm gonna cry. And I did start crying like after one episode one time because I was like, I just feel so bad about myself. Like I don't feel confident. And it's honestly like it was like a journey for the past few months because I really had to accept myself, and also like kind of when you were saying, it made me think like when you were like, as women we have so much going on like in our lives, like things just change. I was realizing I wasn't giving myself credit for the fact that like I was feeling sick every single day.
Mhm.
I did not feel good. Like it was just not good in that way. In the past 2 years, I've been dealing with this incredible trauma and trying to
Mhm.
heal from that every day. Um, you know, moving to a different state and then moving
Moving
back
back
home
home.
and trying to finish up my degree, my associate's degree, and doing everything with the podcast, working out. Like, naturally I'm gaining muscle, so I'm gaining
School.
more weight. Like, yeah, there's just so much going on. And I just like realized when you said that, like, it was just a realization to me now. Like, I was not giving myself credit for all the stuff I had going on. And the thing is, like, I am a healthy person. Like,
Mhm.
I eat really
You are.
healthy, I work out every day, like, I'm healthy, but in my mind, I was just, like, struggling a lot. And so I had to, like, really come to terms with that and realize, like, I need to give myself credit for everything I have going on. And right now, like, even though that medication made me gain a good amount of weight for me, I feel really good right now. Like, I don't feel sick. And,
Mhm.
like, I'm working out. I'm eating so healthy. Like, I'm honestly healthier than I've ever been in my whole life, other than maybe when I was running 8 miles a day.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm really healthy. I'm a healthy person, and, like, it's okay that I've gone up a few sizes in jeans, and that's fine. Like, it's just been a journey. Like, it is still hard for me sometimes because I'm like, I look a lot different than I did, like, a few years ago, but that was high school,
Right, right,
and that was, like, a different time, and I wasn't dealing with everything I'm dealing with now, and I know that I have more to offer than just what my body looks like.
right.
So that was kind of a long little explanation, but it was just, like, a journey for me.
Well, no, I thank you for sharing. I think it's really important because, like, this is something that everybody has experienced, man, woman, whatever, like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, especially women, and so I think it's important. But,
Mhm.
like, I like how you brought up your idea of, like, accepting yourself
Mhm.
because now I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Like, when I was when my marriage was, like, becoming so toxic and awful, like, I also had to accept, like, I have so much going on,
Mhm.
and like, I'm gaining weight because I'm so stressed out, and whatever, all of these other reasons that I don't wanna get into, but, like, I went through that same exact journey for the
Mhm.
past, like, 2.5 years.
Mhm.
It's like, I, like, can finally say, like, I'm in a place where, like, I feel like I really try and, like, be neutral about my body, if not, like, love my body every day.
Mhm.
And so, like, I can definitely relate to you, and, like, I don't know, I just like, something that I admire about you is your confidence, so, like,
Oh.
I know, like, when you were like, "I, like, looked so different in the mirror and stuff," and, like, I never would have really known unless you said something,
Mhm.
but, like, that's also part of, like, opening the dialogue is, like, we can all relate to this, and so it's
Yeah.
important to, like, have that conversation because you just never know, like, how somebody feels.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for saying that. That's really nice, and thank you for
Mhm.
opening up and sharing. One of the biggest struggles for me throughout this whole journey is realizing, like, I just kept telling myself, like, I'm still small. Like, I have no reason to be upset because, like, for me, what happiness with my body was like what I looked like in high school. And I don't
Mhm.
look that different, but like there are certain things that like I notice. And so for me, I was like, I can't complain because I am relatively not that much bigger than I was before I started taking this medication, you know?
Mhm.
Like, it didn't change that much. So I was like, I can't complain because I don't look that different, and like it's stupid and it's not valid. And then like I just didn't think it was valid. But I think it is important that like it is okay. Like, validate yourself
Mhm.
and help validate others that like that's okay that you feel that way. I'm still gonna hype you up though because like you look beautiful and you look great, and
Mhm.
you have so much more to offer than your body. But I'm sorry that you're struggling with that because that's a
Mhm.
hard journey. And everyone, like you said, man, woman, non-binary person, like everyone can relate to body image issues because we've all grown up in the same world. So,
Exactly.
like, everyone can relate at some point, and I think that's, like that's something that's really validating for me to hear, um, just hearing, like, "You look great, honestly," but that I am sorry that you're struggling with that because that's a really hard journey.
Right, and, like, it's the worst feeling,
It is the
you
worst
know?
feeling.
It's really important that you brought that up because you have to be self-aware of it in
Yeah,
order to, like, start on your journey, you know? So, like,
yeah,
whether you already have or like, I actually feel like it's, like, a continuous everyday thing,
yeah,
at least for me, but, like, you have to be self-aware of it, and so
mhm,
that includes, like, validating yourself, like,
mhm,
"It's okay I feel this way, regardless of what I look like or what other people think I look like, it doesn't matter, this is how I feel in this
yeah.
moment."
Yeah, for sure, and I think, like, one of the things that I did was I got, like, a pair of denim shorts that fit me really well. Like, because I was trying to fit into, like, my old clothes, but I was like, "You know what? No, I need to, like, literally I just need to go a size up or
Mhm.
2 sizes up, whatever, to feel confident." And so then all of a sudden, like, I got, like, a pair of jeans that I felt extremely confident in, and I got a pair of denim shorts that I felt really confident in, and then after that, like, I was like, "You know what? Like, I actually feel really good. I'm not trying to squeeze into clothes that I don't feel comfortable in anymore. I am just wearing things that make me feel good." And that really helped. Like, just the one pair of jeans, honestly, like, it changed things for me because I was like,
Yes.
"This is like, I feel good in this, and I feel
Yes.
confident, and I don't care if I wear these jeans every day. If that's what makes me feel confident, I'm wearing
Yes,
them."
because we are not supposed to fit clothes, clothes are supposed to fit us, so it's like
Yes.
freaking size up, it doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
I just wanna plug so there are 3 content creators that, like, really helped me that I just wanna mention,
Mhm.
Victoria Garrick, Brittany Lancaster, and Mick Zazon, like, all 3 of them talk about this, how, like, freaking cut the tags out of your clothes if that's what it takes, like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what the size says, what the
Mhm.
tag says, like, you need to just size up, you're gonna feel so much more comfortable and
Yeah.
confident in yourself because they fit you.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's a really good concept, like, when we were packing and like you were helping me go through all my clothes and stuff,
Mhm.
there were so many clothes that I was hanging on to because I was
Mhm.
like, I'll just wear this when I lose weight. But like
Mhm.
I've had them for 2 years. So like
Yeah.
I just need to get rid of them and it was the
Yeah.
best feeling.
Yeah, and, like yeah, I totally agree because like, I've
Mhm.
held on to some clothes from high school because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, like, I could
It'll fit
squeeze
me
into them."
soon. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, no, like, our bodies, like, as women, we've changed. We've moved past that, and we've journeyed through life,
Mhm.
and that's not for us anymore.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's not benefiting us anymore.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so, like, don't hold on to things just because it has a certain size, just because
Right.
it's 2 sizes or 4 sizes or 6 sizes smaller than you are right now.
Mhm.
Like, I like what you said. Clothes are supposed to fit us. We're not supposed to fit into clothes.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I just wanted to have this kind of, like, open dialogue about body positivity and body neutrality and just kind of, like, how it's okay to go through periods of life when you don't feel confident. And validate yourself because that was the hardest thing that I struggled with. Like, I was just like, I don't why am I feeling this way? I've literally just gone up 2 sizes in jeans, like,
Mhm.
and I know that I look good,
Mhm.
but so why am I feeling this way? But when I actually, like, sat down and validated myself and was like, "You know what? This is a struggle for me because I don't feel confident, and I'm hyper fixating on all of these things,
Mhm.
and I just need to literally acknowledge them." Like, if you need to, literally stand in front of a mirror naked and go through every single part of your body and say like, I love my nose, I love my eyes, I don't really like the size of my arms, but they help me get to where I need to get to when I'm driving a car,
Yes, I
so
love that.
I really appreciate that. Or they help me write all the stuff I need to get done during the day. I love my legs, I think I look really, like, go through literally everything, acknowledge everything, and either be neutral about it or love it, and then just move on. And as things come up, like, acknowledge them, but don't just try and hide it away and think that you're not valid for thinking that.
Yeah, I love that. Like, be open with yourself.
Mhm.
For one, acknowledge that you are struggling with this and it's
Yeah.
okay. And two, affirming yourself and like all of the things that your body does for you, like
Mhm.
without even thinking,
Yeah.
it's like my body literally keeps me alive.
Yeah.
So, like, going through that gratitude practice, I think would be so helpful. Like, I'm gonna take you up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that that's good. So, I don't know if there's anything else you wanna add, but I think that that was a good conversation.
No, I think it was a really good conversation. And again, like, everybody can relate to this. And so I think it's important to, like, not always just, I guess, like, with social media, like, yeah, everything's fine, my life is great. I, like, posted this swimsuit pic, but, like, in reality, I was actually feeling like crap when I posted it, because like,
Mhm.
we've all done that.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just important to, like, be open about
Yeah.
it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And I think honestly, I think Instagram is changing a little bit because Instagram is the one that's like, you gotta be perfect on
Right, like,
Instagram.
everything's curated.
Yeah, but, like, like, people are posting, like, point 0.5 pictures, and, like,
Yeah,
I
it's
think people
fun.
are on social media getting a little bit more real in general, but,
Mhm.
of course, like, my feed is, like, perfectly curated,
Be real,
so
everybody, be real.
be real, everyone be real.
It's time to be real.
Yeah, so, like, I think that things are changing and things will get better, but they're not gonna change unless we talk about it and acknowledge the
Exactly.
things, so
Right, exactly, yeah, that's a good point. I think there is movement, and we talked about this, like, in the last episode we did about it. There
mhm,
definitely is movement,
yeah,
but yeah, I just like, I am happy to, like, be that person to, like, talk about it because I know there's people struggling. So,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
if you
even
wanna
though
chat, slide into our DMs.
yeah, even though, like, it can be a little uncomfortable at times, like, I don't like sharing that, like
I don't wanna sit here and cry about
yeah, like,
my self-confidence issues.
it's a little awkward, but it is important, and I do think that it's helpful to talk about it, so
Yeah, because like, there also is that line where it's like, we wanna be inclusive, but, like, we also do wanna promote, like, a healthy lifestyle and stuff, and,
mhm,
like, I don't know, there's a lot of, like, different aspects with, like, the body positivity movement and stuff, but
mhm.
I think it was nice to just, like, have a conversation about it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, and, like, I guess just to end off, like, we keep thinking of, like, m more ideas because this is just
Yeah.
such a good topic, but, like, I think the reason why going back to the TikTok at the beginning,
Mhm.
the whole thing that inspired this episode, the reason why that spoke to me so much is that because I realized, like, I have not like, in my adult life, high school doesn't count, but, like, in
Right.
my adult life, I have not worked out as much as I do now, and I have not eaten as healthy as I do now. Like,
Mhm.
I eat so healthy, like, I really don't have, like, any preservatives because it triggers my migraines, and we talked about that, like, on the Healing Girl Summer, like, I'm on this really strict elimination diet. So, like, I eat really healthy, I eat fruits and vegetables. I'm pretty much a horse. I joke about that all the
Yeah,
time.
seriously, though.
So I'm like, I eat healthy. I work out all the time and it brings me a lot of happiness. And this like size and shape of my body.
Mhm.
That is how I'm meant to be
Right.
at this stage in my life. And maybe when I have kids, I will look different for sure. And in 20 years, I'll look different. Like I'm going to change, but I think it's like radical acceptance of who I am now.
Yes. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. It's like accepting your body in like all phases of your life. And
Yeah.
like seriously like giving yourself credit for like all of the things that you're doing and going
Mhm.
through?
Yeah.
That's like the main thing that like helped me. And like it's okay. Like
Yeah.
seriously again, like my body is like not interesting.
Mhm.
It's not.
Yeah, and I think, like, it just really clicked for me, like, looking at, like, the stuff that I've dealt with over the past 2 years, like, incredible amounts of, like, trauma, like, it's not obviously all been bad, but, like, even just looking at that one specific instance,
Mhm.
like, your body is literally changing so much
Mhm.
because of that one instance, like, how could I not change? Like,
Right.
how could I not gain a few pounds or, break out a little bit because of stress? Like,
Right.
there's so much, and life is stressful, and, like, you're gonna change, and so, like, I think, honestly, this episode has really helped me because 'cause I'm like, I had that realization, like, my body's meant to be how it is right now, and I just need to accept that and love it.
I think that's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's just a really good message to remember. Like when you get up in the morning and you're like, I don't feel like as good as I did yesterday, it's like, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's great.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Another vulnerable episode, but I actually think that was a really healthy and beneficial conversation for everyone. So, as always, we'll put this link to the article in the show notes and we will send it out in the newsletter. So subscribe if you haven't. The link is in the show notes. And
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Real Talk About Feminism Pod, as well as TikTok. We've been really getting active on TikTok, and it's
yeah.
fun. So
Yeah.
I believe it's the same handle.
Yeah.
So again, we'll link everything. But as always, message us if you guys have topic requests or questions or anything you want to talk to us about, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.